और इंडिया फर्स्ट सैटेलाइट लॉन्च, बहुत बड़ी यहाँ पे रॉकेट दिखा रखा है यहाँ पे, लेकिन पेड़ों के पीछे भी छुप चुका है। ये है नेहरू तारा मंडल, नेहरू प्लानिटेरियम। यहाँ से पहले टिकट वगैरह लेने पड़ेगी हमें। शो की टाइमिंग की बात करते हैं यहाँ पे। 2D शो अगर आप देखना चाहते हैं तो इंग्लिश का शो 11 बजे रहेगा सुबह, फिर 3 बजे, और हिंदी का शो रहेगा शाम को 5 बजे। अडल्ट की जो यहाँ पर टिकट रहेगी वो रहेगी 100 रुपीज़, और चिल्ड्रन की रहेगी यहाँ पर 70 रुपीज़ 4 to 12 ईयर्स के लिए। अगर आप 3D शो देखना चाहते हैं तो उसका हिंदी का शो रहेगा दोपहर 12 बजे, फिर इंग्लिश का 2 बजे, फिर हिंदी का 4 बजे, और फिर इंग्लिश का 6 बजे। यानी कि यहाँ पर 2D के 3 और 3D के 4 शो होने वाले हैं। प्राइस रहेगा वो है अडल्ट का 200 एंड चाइल्ड का 150। आप ऑनलाइन भी टिकट को बुक कर सकते हैं बुक माई शो के ज़रिए। और सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट बात, एंट्री स्ट्रिक्टली फोरबिडन आफ्टर स्काई शो स्टार्ट। कार्यक्रम आरंभ होने के बाद हॉल में प्रवेश होना नहीं वर्जित है। मंडे क्लोज रहता है, और बाकी जितने भी नेशनल हॉलीडेज़ रहते हैं उसमें भी ये क्लोज रहता है। Dimensional views of Chandaryan 3 module। चंद्रयान 3 थी इसकी 14 जुलाई, साउथ पोल ऑफ मून, और सक्सेसफुली लैंड भी हो गया है। तो यहाँ पे उसका मॉडल बनाया गया है, विक्रम लैंडर। प्रज्ञान रोवर। Examination of dark matter distribution. Who will win? Astronomers found the mass of the universe is larger than 5 times to the center. Away, this is a simulation of phenomenon of gravitational lens. Fixing the steel ball and leave it at the top of the sloping channel. Observe that the ball follows a straight line path. Now repeat the action with the lever. यहाँ पे दे रखा है कि इससे ये क्या है, नीचे की तरफ पुश हो रहा है। So this causes the ball of deflect from the straight path in much the same way as light। मैं यहाँ पे बताया journey with light beyond the reach. Light tells stories. Who reveals the heart of स्पेक्ट्रा के बाद काफ़ी ज़्यादा स्क्रीन है, तो जितनी भी स्क्रीन देख लो आप अभी सब बंद पड़ा है, कुछ भी नहीं चालू है। यहाँ पे ये है, ये रखता है ये बैकग्राउंड रेडिएशन, एक्स्ट्रा नियर रेडियो, मॉलिक्यूलर हाइड्रोजन, लेकिन ये भी स्क्रीन बंद है, तो कुछ भी नहीं चल रहा। बस प्रेस करने के बाद कुछ नहीं। ये स्पेस सूट दे रखा है, एकदम रियल है। जिन्होंने यूज़ किया था वो कौन है, यहाँ पे नाम भी लिखा है, आर मल्होत्रा करके उन्होंने यूज़ किया था इसको। तो सेम वैसे ही यहाँ पे लगा रखा है, एंड यहाँ पे इंडिया का फ्लैग देखो बैच भी लगा रखा है। तो उनके शूज़ भी, सो यहाँ पे आप पिक वगैरह खिंचवा सकते हैं। मशीन की थ्योरी यहाँ पे दे रखी है, टेलीस्कोप एज टाइम मशीन। Assume path of light rays, how reflector works। यहाँ पे थ्योरी है, गैलीलियो है। इंडियन ट्रेडिशनल रेस्टोरेंट इसमें खोला उसका मिस अपॉर्चुनिटी जंतर मंतर इंडियन ट्रेडिशनल
the largest nationwide observatory in the world for naked eye observation, stands as the further example of India's comprehensive astronomical studies.
इसे राम यंत्र कहा जाता है। मिल जाएगी, पानी पीने के लिए भी यहाँ पे सुविधा है आपकी। और आगे कुछ पेंटिंग्स वगैरह लोगों ने जो बनाई है वो यहाँ पे लगाई गई है। हमारा रॉकेट उड़ने वाला है थोड़ी देर में। ओ
The sun has set. All is dry seas, valleys and mountains. Look here, this is the constellation Taurus or Vrishabha. Nearby is the constellation Orion, the hunter or Mahavirha. Orion is followed by its faithful hunting companion, Canis Major, Brihalabhaga, referred to as a bird. If we join these two stars of the Great Bear and follow them. To the east of Leo is the constellation Virgo or Kanya. Saturn is the second biggest planet in our solar system. Voyager spacecraft has discovered that these rings are made up of tiny pieces of ice, rocks and dust.
These are small pieces of ice, rocks and dust.
Earth is one of them. All these are part of our solar system. We hope that you will try to take some time out and look up at the sky and try to figure out some of the lovely constellations that you have recognized today. Thank you.
So this was it.
More than 400 years ago, a middle-aged professor of mathematics and astronomy, who also happened to be a genius, took his first look at the sky through a telescope he had built by hand. Like almost everyone who ever lived, Galileo Galilei wondered about all he saw in the night sky. Recently, his spyglasses had been invented to magnify things in the distance, such as ships. Would the telescope show him things about the universe that were invisible to the naked eye? Revealed surface features much like those on Earth. When he pointed his telescope at the planet Jupiter, he was shocked. That's what it was. It was made up of countless stars too faint to be seen without a telescope. Galileo realized that they were suns like our own, but much, much farther away. Today we have built larger telescopes that can see thousands of times farther than Galileo's. This image was taken by one of our most remarkable telescopes. It's not on Earth though. It's in space, where the view is not hampered by clouds, pollution, or the atmosphere. The Hubble Space Telescope. Through it, we've seen things in the universe that are breathtaking. Because of our technology, we understand a lot more than Galileo could. But there remain great questions. How did the universe begin? What is it made of? How big is it? How many stars are there? What is the future of the universe? Scientists believe they have solved some of these questions, but some they haven't yet. The universe is the greatest of all mysteries, and the answers that will unravel right now. It is vast. It stretches as far as we can see in every direction. The universe is all things everywhere. Throughout human history, across the ages, some of us preceded them. To the great astronomers of the past, Vishwamitra in India, Ptolemy in Greece, Aryabhat in India, Copernicus in Poland, and Galileo in Italy. How the universe came into existence. Some believe that it was created in the remote past. Others say that it has a Big Bang. Of its infancy, the universe of interesting things began to happen. The attraction of gravity brought some of the matter together into immense clumps, here and there. These clumps of gas and dust eventually collapsed and became galaxies, and gases in the galaxies broke up into smaller supermassive. But they lasted just a few million years, then blew up in catastrophic explosions. Elements to form life were produced inside. When they exploded, those elements were flung out into the extreme coldness of interstellar space. The blast of these supernovae also triggered the formation of new stars. By the time the universe was a few billion years old, it was markedly different from what it had been just after the Big Bang. The simple state of radiant energy present at the time of its formation had grown into a massive collection of billions and billions of galaxies. Some of these galaxies are spiral-shaped, some elliptical, and another take irregular shapes, sometimes the result of colliding galaxies. Generation after generation of stars were born, produced elements for life, such as carbon, oxygen, and iron, and eventually died.
Oh my god, there are so many galaxies.
As it has continued to expand for billions of years, the universe has become thin and dispersed and extremely cold. Hundreds of years ago, we believed that Earth was the center of the universe. Then science proved that our planet and other planets actually revolve around our sun. Today, we know that the sun itself is but us that make up our Milky Way galaxy, and that our galaxy, though composed of hundreds of billions of stars, can seem insignificant when we realize that it is just one among hundreds of billions of galaxies in the universe. Our sun is a middle-aged star, 4.5 billion years old. It was born from a cloud of gas and dust, which we call a solar nebula. The birth of the sun was brought about by the explosive death of a nearby star. Shock waves from the explosion of the dying star triggered the formation of the solar system to form rings and debris around it. Most of Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Smaller, leftover bits of matter became dwarf planets like Pluto, asteroids, and comets. Of the 8 planets, only the 3rd planet, Earth, is located in a zone where life can thrive. Unlike Venus, it is not so close to the sun that water boils away, nor is it so far away that water freezes into ice, as on Mars. Water in its liquid state is essential for life to arise and to evolve. The Earth was initially very hot, and there was no atmosphere. In the course of time, the outer surface cooled into a hard crust, encasing a core of molten oceans. Another theory is that the water masses on Earth were created by impacts from massive comets, which are made largely of ice crystals. Had you been able to watch the birth of our planet from space, it might have looked like this. The solar system started condensing about 4.5 billion years ago. Couple 100 million years later, the Earth had appeared. After another 300 million years, the atmosphere and the oceans had covered Earth. Another 500 million years passed and some primitive forms of life appeared, such as blue-green algae. Another 500 million years, and bacteria and simple plants had arrived. Then, over billions of years, more and more complex organisms evolved, first in the sea and later on land. Eventually, some 200 million years ago, the gigantic animals we call dinosaurs dominated Earth, only to disappear about 70 million years ago, probably as a result of climatic changes caused by the crash of a large asteroid, setting the stage for the rapid evolution of mammals, foremost among them humans, who began to shape nature itself. Our ancestors made stone tools, used fire, and learned to farm. From wanderers and gatherers, we became settlers. As life became easier, people had a lot of time. 12 of these are called the zodiacal constellations. Together, they form a belt running across the sky. The sun, the moon, and the planets appear to travel through the belt of the zodiac. One of the most conspicuous constellations seen in the winter sky is Orion, the Hunter. Together, we have divided this ship into 3 constellations. The sails of the ancient ship we call Vela, the stern, Puppis, and the keel of the ship is called Carina. Canopus of Carina, the third brightest star in the sky, is at the rear hoof of Centaurus, along with a small fraction of the 400 billion stars in our Milky Way galaxy. To express the vastness of our universe, we use the term light year, the distance light can travel in 1 year. Our solar system is always to formulate a comprehensible picture of the universe. One great question fascinates us. Is there other life out there? Some skywatchers exclusively search for extraterrestrial life. Recently, we've discovered that many stars have planetary systems around them, elsewhere in the universe. As biologist and author Julian Huxley has said, there may be other beings in this vast universe endowed with reason, purpose, and aspirations, but we know nothing of them. So far as our knowledge goes, the human mind and personality are unique and constitute the highest product yet achieved by the cosmos. Man is that process of reality, said Huxley, in which and through which the cosmic process has become conscious and has begun to comprehend itself. As Huxley suggests, the universe does not exist out there independent of us. We are inescapably involved in what appears to be unfolding before us. Drifting apart may one day collide with each other, destroying old mountains and creating new ones where none existed before. A huge asteroid could hit the Earth, as happened in the age of the dinosaurs. Some star, after billions of years, the sun itself may expand into a red giant, engulfing the Earth and beyond. In the past, some astronomers theorized that our expanding universe. But that theory may be in question because of the recent discovery of what astronomers call dark energy, the beauty of science.